This is Official Nerd Business. Hello nerd boys and girls, welcome back to Factorio. It's Friday, so we've booted up Factorio again and we are still pushing for our laser turrets. And as you can see, I am currently standing on the place where we in the previous episode built our oil cracking facilities, and they are no longer here. And that's because all of a sudden I thought, well, if we ever want to extend our iron production, it's gonna be in the way, and let's move it. So I have, if we take a look at the map, moved them from here all the way up to over here. So skipped our stone mining and wall building facilities, skipped our research park and placed it behind there, and the sulfur is running again. The solid fuels are now coming in here, and I have made a little change to the way this part works. We now have a coal line splitting off here that goes into the main bus, and that contains coal for all the processes that really require coal. And there's a line here containing solid fuel, and when that runs out it gets filled up with coal. And I've also thrown in some wood here. This is just everything that we want to burn for our furnaces here. I've taken the water supply here and I run it into the factory here. We might want to think about extending this particular bit because we will need it making sulfuric acid, and that's the first thing we need to do. Now that we can make batteries go into our laser turrets, and that should help us with our bug problem. Right, first off, during cleanup, once again, my research for concrete was completed, and since I want to do all developments on stream, I stopped research for a second, so we're going to pick a new research. This one is interesting. Whenever I throw grenades to clear out trees, I need to throw a couple because the base damage of grenades currently is not enough to blow away trees yet. On the other hand, we might want to look at flammables. Now we're not going to do anything with rockets anytime soon. We have researched engines, so we can go into cars, but we should maybe focus on trains. I already have trains, so that's nice. Trains are going to be the next big thing we're going to push for production wise, because we are running out of resources here. We are going to look for different resource patches, and we are going to bring in those resources by train probably. This is particularly convenient. This current research adds a couple more item slots to our toolbar down below here. I have no clue why that's a research target, but what yes. Let's look at batteries, which are over here. We need to make them in and not in a regular factory, but once again in the chemical plants. And we need sulfuric acid to do that. That's also made in the chemical plants and made using both sulfur, water and iron plates. So let's first get us some production chemical plants. I also just might want to make a factory specifically for building piping. Maybe later. Okay, this is gonna take some fiddling, I guess. So we need both iron and sulfur. Extending the bus again. And let's see. I want to make a line here. Oh, this one is actually not connecting, right? Splitting off iron. I always get a bit paranoid when I see the attack indicator blinking, but my guns can handle it for now. Would feel a lot better once we are on laser turrets though. So that's the solid components. No, this does need to be on an end. Because if I put this in the middle, I can't connect pipes anymore. Because we need 2 or even three spaces to work with properly with the pipes. Do I even have pipes? I don't. Do I have underground pipes? Seems to be out of those two. Yep. So I'm gonna grab some iron pipes. Do cost a lot of iron to make. Let's see. Because problem number 2 here was getting water. Now I wanted to use, I wanted to create a liquid bus, not unlike the bus we are already running here, and just have it spaced out a couple of places from our sulfur line here. Let's see, a couple more undergrounds. I need a lot more undergrounds, by the way. That means a lot more iron. And we are running out a little bit. Another 2 miners. I've mined everything there is. Let's see now the other ones here. In the hundreds of still mineable resources. That's running out. Not cool. That is cool. Let's see, next one. Solar energy. I don't feel much solar energy at the moment. We can satisfy our energy needs perfectly fine with the the bit of steam power that we have at present. Flight. Maybe look at robotics next. Working with robots kind of feels like you found a cheat code for Factorio. It can be pretty insane, pretty powerful for your logistics, for getting stuff where it needs to go. So we will definitely be looking into that later. Let's see now. Yes, we have our additional tool belt. I want these power poles to be on here fixed permanently, and I would like to have pipes fixed in as well. Let's see now. You shouldn't be there, but more like over here. So you can go over here. That should suffice for now. Notice I picked up a bit of this. Let's see, by the way, on our maps, here is a nice iron patch. This is huge. That's nice. Our raiders have continuously been scanning our surroundings and have turned up some useful resources. There's a bit of copper here, a lot of copper here. I saw some coal up top. Here's another ore patch. No oil yet though, that's a bit of a problem. But as soon as we are tapping this bit of iron or this, we can build another raider outpost here and see what's over here. Alright, looking good. At least for our immediate iron problems. Looking very good. Right, water. What were we doing? We were getting water. And yeah, with this build I don't think I will be adding many fluids from here. Well, why not? Let's assume that we would. So here is the first installment of our fluid bus. Oh. And it just won't play nice with these cliffs here, that's a shame. Clearing out some more wood here. Just to see what's going on. This is also a bit in the way. Yeah, there, and we are out of. Yeah, that was it. Should I, and if yes, where should I build a pipes factory? Let's see now, you can build pipes, you can build pipes, and you can build undergrounds. We need 10 pipes for a couple of undergrounds, so that's pretty intense. And undergrounds also need their own iron plating. And I also want some pipes just for me. Now for power. Over here and over. Oh, would be fine, I guess. Missed one. No more wooden boxes, that's alright. I'll make an iron box here. Takes well for this to build. Should probably speed this up. And now it's too fast for this. Let's see now if we take a look at these. Yes, definitely better. Bit bumpy, bit cyclic, but it's alright. That should fix our pipes. That's probably enough for whenever we have a little bit of a project going on, like bringing in the water. Is this not connected? This isn't connected. Okay. Now, whenever you build something in Factorio and it's not as you wish, you can break it down and keep all the components you have. That does not go for fluids, unfortunately. If you tear down a pipe and it has fluids in it, the fluids are gone. If you tear down a tank and it has fluids in it, the fluids are gone. So usually it's a good idea to wait a second before you really connect all the piping. Also, when you have a pipe containing or where you were expecting oil and you accidentally flush water into it or something, it's very hard to clear out, and it might get stuck someplace where the wrong type of input is then given, and you're debugging a lot of whatever went wrong this time. And so it's advisable to wait a second connecting piping. Having said that, you just saw me running the water up the line, and that's because water is not really much of an issue. You can't really lose water. Oil, and especially processed oils, that's a bit of a pain to redo. You really feel like you've lost something, but water is just water. Comes out of whatever body of water you are working with at present for practically free. So right, let's see if we want to use a minimal number of, I think we need to take into account that we will probably be running a second line of coal through here. That's not right. Right between two towers currently. Come on, come on, come Where are you? Oh, over there. Ouch. Have I mentioned I want laser turrets? Seems about right. Now let's see what they destroyed up here. We want 2 of these for replacements. I have no clue what was over there. My repair packs. Let's get them to work. This side is holding up just fine, that's alright. Apparently they took down a power pole too. And undergrounds. There's a spot of damage. That seems to fix everything. We are back in production on the stone front. In fact, while we're down here, I just might want to pick up some stones to do a bit of flooring again. But not before this. Good thing we are doing this now. Shows the error of our ways, I guess. Let's go a little further here. Right. So, water. Where art thou? This would just be fine. No, it won't, because we will also get 4 lines of copper up here. Then again, we could use some undergrounds here when copper bus hits us. Alright. So, there's water, and that means we will get sulfuric acid out now. Let's put that in a tank. Can we have it run all the way back here? Let's put it up here. So you go in. You go in. This is filling up, so that's good. Now let's have a look at making batteries. Where are, here are my batteries. Some sulfuric acid and a little bit of copper and iron. Is this too close? It might not be far enough away. This is a bit of a shame, I guess. Again, it'll be fine. It is fine. It is fine. We are out of belts. Once we have robotics, we can just simply, as long as we are within our robotic network, we can set up a little bit in our inventory that informs the robot network that we always want at least an X supply of belts, of undergrounds, of etc. And we can then produce the belts, put them in provider chests, and have the robots deliver them to us. So that's pretty neat, a pretty powerful feature. But setting up your robot network is quite the job, and building sufficient robots to do all the tasks that we want, and keeping on the research for robot enhancements, that's a bit trickier. But it's also a lot of fun to work that out. Let's see, we have outposts over here. Oh, that's one too far away, great. Let's just move this one in then. Still one? Alright. Then you go out to 5. So we needed copper and iron, right? Again, we need to feed them from this end so that the piping can run on the other. Because otherwise these would interfere. We could also feed these machines with the inserters from any other direction, by the way. I just think this is cleanest. Okay. Now this bit is in the way, quite in fact. So I guess we need to do this a little bit differently. We can work around that. Can't have an underground pipe coming up and changing direction in the same square, but we can loop around it a little bit. So that is fine, really. Oh my, I am really running out of iron. There's still the other half of that patch that we can tap, but you know, given that we are finishing up early game and rolling into mid, and already we have cleared half of our starting iron, as we can see requirements are only going up. That second half of iron is gonna just evaporate, really. Some power management. So the sooner we get on with trains, the better, and that'll be the next project we're gonna kick off. I really want my defenses to be in order. So after that, we will certainly be investing in trains. This isn't connected. It is now. This is oh, too much, please. This is too much. Because we don't just want iron, we want copper and iron. Man. Yeah, I need to redo this bit. let's not be lazy, let's just redo this properly. I need to be one step further down the line for this to come in. Now I can replace this. This is fine. And that's a mixed belt. Alright. Clear the iron here. I can just keep the iron, but can use it someplace else. Now, batteries take some time to make. So we don't need fast inserters here, because inserting the one iron and copper plate in 5 seconds time is plenty of time. And there's batteries. Now the question, do I want to belt these or do I want to simply route them into production here? And for now I think we would want just the laser turret factory over here. We need a lot of batteries just to build one turret, and we can't really extend this factory at present until we can deal with cliff faces. So for now, let's keep it here, and if at any later point we do want to build batteries, we need to extend this a lot, and then we can build a splitter here and go underground. For now, I just want my laser turrets. Where's my laser turrets? This is all. Apparently we didn't do all the research. Nice going. So let's get into that. That's a lot. I thought we had everything. Okay. Apparently not. Let's see what else we can do in preparation without having the research done. I don't know exactly what they'll cost. So for now, let's build a buffer at least for the battery so that that production part can go on. And there is our research complete for the laser turrets. Let's look at something else. Construction robots. If we are going to get into the robot thingies, these are particularly useful. Or should we go with something else entirely? Advanced oil processing. This one is particularly useful. Let's do that. In the meantime, while our research was cooking, I took the liberty of extending our iron production. It won't do much in the sense of iron production because the amount of iron that we're feeding it, the iron ore, is still limited. But we can tap the rest of this patch and have the logistical side in order. And I had some spare minutes to burn, so there you have it. So let's quickly hook up everything we need for our laser turrets. And I guess that's easier said than done. Electric circuits and steel plates. Okay, that doesn't sound entirely impossible. Let's see now, over here. Circuits and steel plates, circuits and steel plates, circuits are over here. Ugh, nature. Above the building, can we fix it? And there's steel plates. Yeah, we ran out of belts again. It's particularly fast. Belts. Let's see. Yes. It takes 20 seconds to build one, so... But also we need to insert 40 items. Let's speed things up a little bit. There we go. As for the output, fix. I want that over here. So we can just get a regular inserter. For that. 3 stacks will be enough. Squeezing a third one we cannot. So that's a wrap for today. We have our laser turrets, and let's see if we can show one in action. You are now of the laser persuasion. Let's go, Poco Hornet's Nest. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Hello. No, I'm not fast enough. I am nowhere near fast enough. Shame. Well, we'll see the next in some other time. Or I should have built it over there. Alright, so next up we are going to set up a production street for trains and rails and explore outside of our base area. We will let production run in here for a while, so we will over time build up some laser turrets, then start really working up on our defense here. Really surround the entire perimeter with a wall, place our laser turrets around that wall. And start working on trains to reach these spots and this one. And start looking for oil, because we will seriously need some more oil for plastic productions and all the fun things we can do with plastics. So that's it for this episode, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching this video on Official Nerd Business. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon. Did we discuss everything you wanted to hear, or did we miss anything? Any topics you want to hear in O&B? Leave your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.